Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Harvey. Let me tell you something real today. Success doesn't accidentally knock on your door. You don't stumble into greatness while you're hitting the snooze button on life. There is a quiet, powerful hour that most people sleep through, and that hour is 5 a.m. That hour has the power to change your destiny forever if you learn how to respect it. See, when you wake up at 5 a.m., you are telling the world something without saying a word. You're saying, I'm serious about my future. While everybody else is comfortable, you're getting uncomfortable. And let me explain something to you. Everything you want in life is on the other side of comfort. God didn't design success to be convenient. He designed it to be earned. At 5 a.m., the world is quiet. No distractions, no noise, no excuses. That's when you can hear your thoughts clearly. That's when you can pray without interruption, plan without pressure, and think without fear. You start your day with intention instead of reaction. Instead of letting the world tell you who you're going to be, you decide who you're going to be before the world even wakes up. When you wake up at 5 a.m., you step into a space that most people never experience. That early hour is quiet, peaceful, and powerful. There are no phone calls, no notifications pulling you in every direction, no noise from the world demanding your attention. It's just you, your thoughts, and your purpose. And in that silence, something important happens. You finally get the chance to focus. Focus without interruption is rare, and rare things create extraordinary results. When you start your day in calm instead of chaos, your mind becomes clear, and clarity changes everything. That quiet time allows you to think deeply about your life instead of just reacting to it. Most people wake up late and immediately jump into stress. They check their phone, scroll through problems that don't belong to them, and start their day already behind. But when you wake up early, you are ahead. You're not rushing, you're preparing. You're not reacting, you're planning. You're setting the tone for the entire day before anyone else gets a chance to influence it. Early mornings give you the space to talk to God without distraction. Prayer hits different when the world is still asleep. There's a different kind of connection when you're not rushed, when you're not tired of the day yet, when your heart is quiet enough to listen. In that moment, you're not just asking for blessings. You're aligning yourself with direction. And direction is more important than speed. A lot of people are moving fast but going nowhere because they never took the time to ask where they're supposed to go. That same quiet space is where planning becomes powerful. Writing down goals, reviewing your vision, thinking about your next move, it all feels different when your mind is fresh. At 5 a.m., your brain isn't cluttered with excuses yet. Fear hasn't fully woken up. Doubt is still half asleep. That's the perfect time to dream big and think clearly. You start seeing solutions instead of problems. You start seeing possibilities instead of limitations. This uninterrupted time also allows you to work on yourself before working for the world. Reading, learning, exercising your mind, these things shape your future. But most people say they don't have time for them. The truth is, they don't make time. When you wake up early, you create a private appointment with your destiny. You invest in your growth before you give your energy away to everyone else. And that investment compounds over time. There's something else about starting your day this way. It builds emotional strength. When you begin your morning calmly, you respond to challenges better. You're not easily irritated. You're not easily shaken. You've already centered yourself. You've already reminded yourself who you are and where you're going. That makes a difference when problems show up, because problems will show up. But when they do, you're ready. This kind of morning routine also trains your mind to value silence and focus in a noisy world. It teaches you that you don't need constant stimulation to feel productive. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come when you slow down enough to think. In that early hour, ideas come to you that won't come at noon. Solutions appear that won't show up in chaos. Inspiration flows when the world is quiet. Over time, this habit reshapes your identity. You start seeing yourself as someone who is intentional, disciplined, and serious about life. And once you see yourself that way, your actions follow. That uninterrupted 5 a.m. time becomes the foundation of your confidence, your clarity, and your consistency. It's not just about waking up early. It's about waking up on purpose. Discipline is the real difference between people who talk about success and people who actually experience it. Waking up early, especially when your body wants more sleep, is one of the purest forms of discipline. There is no applause at 5 a.m. Nobody is watching. Nobody is clapping for you. And that's exactly why it matters. Discipline is what you do when nobody is there to reward you. Every time you get out of bed early, you are proving to yourself that you can be trusted with bigger responsibilities. Most people wait to feel motivated before they act, but discipline doesn't wait for feelings. Feelings change every day. Some mornings you feel strong, some mornings you feel tired, some mornings you feel like quitting before the day even starts. Discipline says, get up anyway. And when you practice that mindset consistently, it spills into every area of your life. You stop making excuses. You stop negotiating with weakness. You start doing what needs to be done, whether it's convenient or not. That early morning routine trains your mind to obey your decisions instead of your comfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort keeps you stuck in the same place year after year. When you choose discipline over comfort at the start of your day, you are setting a standard for yourself. You're saying, I don't live by how I feel. I live by what I decide. And that mindset is powerful because successful people are decisive people. There's a reason disciplined people seem more confident. Confidence doesn't come from luck or talent alone. It comes from keeping promises to yourself. When you say you're going to wake up early and you actually do it, your self-respect increases. You start believing in yourself because your actions match your words. Over time, that belief becomes unshakable. You walk into situations knowing you can handle discomfort because you've been practicing it every morning. Discipline also creates momentum. One good decision early in the day leads to another. You wake up early so you think clearly. You think clearly so you make better choices. You make better choices so you get better results. That momentum builds, and soon you realize your life feels more organized, more intentional, and more productive. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. The truth is discipline always pays, just not immediately. That's why most people quit. They want instant results. But discipline works like compound interest. Small acts done daily over time produce massive outcomes. Waking up early may not change your life in a week, but do it for a year, and you won't recognize the person you've become. Your habits shape your character, and your character shapes your destiny. Early mornings also teach patience. You learn to trust the process. You learn that real success is built slowly, quietly, and consistently. While others are looking for shortcuts, you're building a foundation. And foundations don't get applause, but they hold everything up. When challenges come, and they will, discipline is what keeps you standing. This habit also removes chaos from your life. When you start your day with discipline, you're less likely to let distractions control you. You already proved to yourself that you're in charge. That confidence carries into your work, your relationships, and your decisions. People may not know why you're different, but they'll feel it. That difference is discipline. Over time, waking up early stops feeling like a sacrifice and starts feeling like power. You realize you're no longer a slave to sleep, mood, or comfort. You're in control. And when discipline becomes part of who you are, success stops being a dream and starts becoming a pattern. Taking control of your time is one of the most powerful decisions you will ever make because time is the one thing you can never get back. Everyone gets the same 24 hours, but not everyone uses them the same way. Waking up early gives you an advantage that most people never claim. It puts you in control before the world starts making demands on you. Instead of chasing the day, you lead it. Most people lose their time in small pieces. They wake up late, rush through the morning, and then spend the rest of the day reacting to emails, messages, problems, and other people's priorities. By the time the day is over, they're exhausted but unsure what they actually accomplished. When you wake up early, you protect your most valuable hours. You decide how they will be used instead of letting them disappear. Early mornings allow you to design your day with intention. You can think through your schedule, identify what truly matters, and decide where your energy should go. This simple act creates clarity. When you know your priorities before the day begins, distractions lose their power. You stop saying yes to everything and you start saying yes to what actually moves your life forward. Having control of your time also reduces stress. Stress often comes from feeling rushed and unprepared. When you wake up early, you create space. Space to breathe, space to think, space to move at your own pace. That calm carries into the rest of the day. Even when unexpected challenges appear, you're not overwhelmed because you started the day grounded and prepared. Early rising also teaches you the value of time. When you sacrifice sleep to invest in yourself, you become more intentional with every minute. You stop wasting hours on things that don't matter. You become aware of how quickly time passes, and that awareness changes your behavior. You start treating time like the precious resource it is, not something to be casually spent. This habit also creates consistency in your life. When you wake up at the same early time every day, your routine becomes stable. Stability leads to productivity. Productivity leads to progress. And progress, even in small amounts, builds confidence. You begin to trust your ability to manage your life because you've proven that you can manage your time. Control of time is closely connected to freedom. When you use your mornings wisely, you reduce the pressure later in the day. You're not scrambling. You're not behind. You've already invested in yourself, so the rest of the day feels lighter. That sense of freedom is powerful. It reminds you that you are not a victim of circumstances. You are a creator of outcomes. Another important thing happens when you master your time early in the day. Your decision-making improves. You're not tired yet. Your mind is sharp. You're less emotional and more logical. That leads to better choices, and better choices lead to better results. Many life-changing decisions are made in moments of clarity, and clarity is most available in the early hours. Over time, this control reshapes your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is always busy and start seeing yourself as someone who is effective. There is a difference. Busy people react. Effective people plan. And planning your day before the world wakes up is one of the most effective habits you can build. Waking up early is not about doing more for the sake of doing more. It's about doing what matters most before distractions steal your focus. When you control your time, you control your direction. And when you control your direction, your life stops drifting and starts moving with purpose. Consistency is what turns simple actions into life-changing results. Anyone can wake up early once or twice, but the real power comes from doing it day after day, especially on the mornings when you don't feel like it. When you consistently wake up early, you are sending a clear message to yourself: my future matters more than my comfort. That message, repeated daily, begins to reshape the way you think, act, and believe. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build. And one of the strongest ways to build it is by keeping small promises to yourself. Each morning you wake up early as planned, you win a private victory. No one may see it, but you feel it. Over time, those quiet wins stack up, and suddenly you start trusting yourself more. You stop doubting your ability to follow through because you've proven it repeatedly. That confidence shows up in how you speak, how you move, and how you make decisions. You're less hesitant. You're less afraid of challenges. You've already faced resistance first thing in the morning, so obstacles during the day don't feel as intimidating. When you can conquer the urge to stay in bed, you realize you can conquer much bigger things too. Consistency also creates identity. You don't just wake up early, you become the kind of person who does hard things consistently. That shift in identity is powerful. Your habits stop being something you try to do and start being something you simply are. And when your identity changes, your standards rise. You expect more from yourself. And because of that, you get more out of life. Waking up early every day strengthens mental toughness. Your mind learns how to push past resistance instead of giving in to it. That toughness carries into your work, your goals, and your personal life. When things get uncomfortable, you don't quit. You adjust and keep moving. That resilience is what separates people who achieve long-term success from those who start strong but fade away. There's also a calm confidence that comes from consistency. You're no longer guessing whether you're doing enough. You know you're putting in the work daily. That removes anxiety and replaces it with quiet assurance. You stop comparing yourself to others because you're focused on your own process. And when you trust your process, Outside opinions lose their power over you. Consistency in early mornings also builds momentum. Each disciplined day makes the next one slightly easier. Your body adapts, your mind adapts. What once felt like a struggle becomes normal. And when discipline becomes normal, growth becomes inevitable. You don't rely on motivation anymore. You rely on routine. Over time, people start noticing something different about you. They may not know you wake up at 5 a.m., but they see the results. They see your focus, your confidence, your calm under pressure. They call it talent or luck, but you know the truth. It's the result of showing up consistently when it mattered most. This daily habit also teaches you patience. Real confidence doesn't need instant validation. You're willing to work quietly, knowing the results will come in time. That patience keeps you grounded and focused, even when progress feels slow. You understand that becoming better is more important than looking successful. When consistency and confidence come together, your life starts to feel aligned. Your actions match your goals. Your habits support your dreams. And that alignment creates a powerful sense of purpose. Waking up early stops being a struggle and starts being a statement that you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself, one morning at a time. Success is rarely the result of one big moment. It is usually built in small, unseen hours when no one is watching. Early mornings are where that hidden work happens. While the rest of the world is asleep, you are preparing, learning, improving, and sharpening your gift. That time may not feel glamorous, but it is powerful. Dreams are not built in front of an audience. They are built in private. Waking up early gives you the opportunity to work on your purpose before the noise of the day begins. Your gift needs attention, and attention requires focus. During the early hours, your mind is clear, your energy is fresh, and distractions are minimal. This is the perfect environment for growth. Whether you are reading, practicing, planning, or creating, that quiet time allows your skills to develop deeply and consistently. Most people want success, but few are willing to prepare for it. Preparation is uncomfortable because it requires sacrifice without immediate reward. You may not see results right away. No one may praise you, but preparation is what separates those who are ready when opportunity arrives from those who miss their moment. When you wake up early to work on yourself, you are quietly building a foundation that will support future success. Early mornings also teach humility. You learn that greatness is not about showing off, it's about showing up. You accept that progress takes time and that mastery is built through repetition. That mindset keeps you grounded and focused. You stop chasing shortcuts and start respecting the process. And the process always rewards those who stay committed. This preparation builds confidence in a different way. Not loud confidence, but quiet certainty. You know you've put in the work. You know you're improving, and that knowledge removes fear. When opportunity finally appears, you don't panic. You don't doubt yourself. You step forward ready because you've been preparing long before anyone noticed. Early rising also helps you see opportunity more clearly. When your mind is trained through consistent preparation, you begin to recognize chances others overlook. You're alert, you're aware, you're ready to act. Many people miss opportunities not because they aren't capable, but because they aren't prepared. Preparation sharpens your awareness and your timing. There is also a spiritual side to preparation. When you commit to improving yourself daily, you align effort with faith. You are not just waiting for blessings, you are getting ready to handle them. Many people ask for more, but are not prepared to manage more. Early mornings allow you to grow into the person who can handle the success you desire. Over time, this habit creates separation. You don't have to announce it. Your results will speak for you. While others are rushing at the last minute, you're calm. While others are scrambling, you're steady. That calmness comes from knowing you did the work when it mattered most. Preparation also protects you from regret. You don't look back wishing you had tried harder or started earlier. You know you gave your best effort. That peace of mind is priceless. It allows you to move forward without carrying the weight of what if. When you consistently prepare in the early hours, success stops being a surprise and starts being a natural outcome. You understand that opportunities are attracted to readiness. And because you chose to wake up early and prepare, when your moment arrives, you won't be hoping. You'll be ready. Sacrifice is the price of transformation, and early mornings are one of the clearest forms of that sacrifice. When you wake up before the sun, you are giving up comfort today for a better tomorrow. That choice may seem small